Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Teeing Off with RevSportz. Yesterday, we saw some incredible cricketing action between India and South Africa at the Boxing Day Test match. Although, at the end of the day, rain played spoilsport as expected, with play being called off. We'll get to all of that, but before we start the conversation, let me introduce my guests. Shubhayan Chakraborty is joining from South Africa. We have Ishan Shahane and Bharat Ramraj. First of all, we have to go to Shubhayan. What do you expect from day two, and what do you think the weather is going to be today?
I think I expect another battle between bat and ball. Of course, I expect South Africa to come and bat pretty early on because Mohammad Shami and Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna are the only two batters who are left. Uh, if KL Rahul can take it anywhere close to 250, he has already played a phenomenal knocks. This 70 unbeaten is close to 100, I would say. But even more than that, and if we can take India anywhere close to 250 run mark, then I think the game will be the ball will be on India's court. Expecting another tough batting conditions on day two. Overcastish rain is predicted on day two as well as it was on day one, but we were lucky to not see rain play spoil sport till the last hour of the day. So expecting the rain to stay away uh, for as long as possible, and maybe Jasprit Bumrah masterclass or a Mohammad Siraj masterclass on the cards.
Yep. And going to Bharat now, you have to talk about Kagiso Rabada's exploit yesterday.
Oh, he's someone I think I once called on Twitter that he's the Barsha of Centurion because
Oh,
basically he destroys teams at Centurion just like that. If you look at his record, something like he has 55 wickets at an average of some 15 or something at that ground and strike rate of 27, 28. So these conditions are very much suited to his style of bowling. Pounds the deck very hard. He bowled a lot of scramble seam today, so batters were like confused which way it was going after pitching. And also, he didn't bowl at good pace, but his hitter skills are legendary. So, thing that we saw today. And also, the pitch was tough, quite tough to bat after the first hour, perhaps. The sun came out, of little bit of sun came out after the first hour. Suddenly, the pitch started to play tricks. There was a lot of variable bounce. 20, I guess, the first time I saw a test match at Centurion was in 97 between Australia and South Africa, or 26 years. I don't think I've seen this kind of variable bounce on day one at Centurion. I've seen variable bounce on day three and day four at Centurion, but not on day one. So these were quite tough conditions. But Rabada is Rabada, especially at Centurion. I guess only peak Katli Ambrose can bowl better than Kagiso Rabada at Centurion. It's just legendary at this ground.
Ishan.
I mean, I completely agree with Bharat. I think Rabada was just, exceptional. And again, hitting the stumps, bowling fast, just keeping it simple and following the basics. I think that's what he did. I think that's what he did the best. So I think Rabada was just really too good. And besides KL Rahul, I think all the other batsmen really struggled. And I think the bounce, like Bharat mentioned, was the key factor here. You could see that, he's really hitting the deck hard and at times also bowling full to confuse the batsmen. So overall, good game plans by the South Africans, good game plans by Rabada, which is not spoken about actually. So I think the whole execution by the South African bowling team was top notch, Gagi. Besides bowling well, I think they actually fought the batsmen out and they actually had a game plan for every single batsman. I think Shubhayan might agree with me here because seeing it from the ground, I think he must have had a better understanding of this.
Yeah, Shubhayan, talk about that. How good was Kagiso Rabada?
Oh, he was absolutely brilliant. I completely agree that not only Rabada but all the bowlers had certain plans for certain phases of the game. When Rohit Sharma was on, they knew that he loves to play that full shot or hook shot. They placed a deep pine there and kept bowling to his body. And Rohit Sharma as he loves to play that full shot. He's one of the finest pullers of the game, but he has been falling prey to his favorite shot, favorite run scoring shots. Of late, it is nothing new that Rohit has fallen to a shorter delivery while trying the full shot. But Kagiso Rabada, what a phenomenal bowler. I think 500 international wicket, 50 plus wickets at the Super Sport Park. Uh, and he's extremely skillful. He can nip the ball back in. He can seam the ball away from the right hander from the same spot. So it's just phenomenal to see. And mind you, there was some injury concerns around Kagiso Rabada ahead of this match, and he has completely blown away the Indian middle order with his skillful bowling. But credit to the Indian batter, especially KL Rahul. The delightful knock. It was just a delight to watch him play those strokes under pressure. That
If I'm not wrong, Shubhayan, someone had told you yesterday that Kagiso Rabada is going to come and murder the batting lineup. If I'm not wrong, is
kill is the word he used. And yes, at one point it was looking that he was going to kill the Indian batting unit. The first spell was really good. The
Yeah.
first spell with the new ball, the Kungapura doesn't do that much, but KG Rabada was really consistent with his line and length. He was unfortunate to not pick up as many wickets as he would have liked from that spell. But the second spell, as soon as he came on, because Marco Jansen was playing it around, Gerald Coetzee was also very inconsistent with his line and length. Nandraberger was impressive, but they needed something to do because Virat Kohli and Shreyas Iyer were stretching a crucial partnership. It still remains a crucial partnership, but again, the partnership breaker as soon as Rabada came into the attack, he made things happen, and that's what class bowlers do. They make things happen when things are not going your way. So hats off to Rabada.
absolutely, and it's not just us who's impressed by Rabada. Shubhayan here had the opportunity to interview Makaya and Tini, and he also had a lot to say about the Kagiso Rabada. Here you are.
Most definitely, he's in a mix. He's in a mix. But the problem, then, when you're talking about, those guys that they've already, passed the 400 mark, and KG is chasing the 300 mark as well. So it tells you, but we're having a massive problem. You're playing 2 test matches a year. What is that? Do you think those guys they can hold up, up until they get to those, milestones? It's not going to be easy for them because of the nature of the games that have been given to South Africa to play with the other countries. It's not going to be easy.
Bharat, apart from Kagiso Rabada, you also had another South African bowler who took 2 wickets, Nandre Berger, debutant. Talk about him.
Yeah, he's someone who's a good in swinger. We have seen him use that weapon against, I guess, Devil Brevis in a game. I remember a couple of years ago. He's a good short ball, good pace as well. Clocking 149 kilometers per hour. That's quite quick. There's a lot of good attributes. Actually, he bowled much better than Marco Jansen today. Marco Jansen, he bowled much better than Marco Jansen yesterday. I guess Jansen was kind of struggling with his front arm. So yeah, it was a very good effort from Andre Burger, and he can play across formats. I think it was the second best bowler for South Africa. Definitely better than Coetzee and Jansen.
Yeah, Ishan, your thoughts on Berger?
Yes, absolutely. And I think all that he did was just run it and bowl fast. So if you can bowl at 150, then I think you should use your ability to bowl at 150. And I think that's what he did. A lot of bowlers can't bowl at 150. So I think bowling at 150 and rushing the Indian batsman was the key here. And obviously on his debut, I think he was just fantastic. It's about handling the nerves, handling the pressure. And I think he's really, I think he's really performed well on his debut. It's not easy to do that when you're playing a very strong Indian side. So running in, bowling fast, fantastic debut. I think you would like to get a couple more tomorrow and probably end the Indian innings. Let's see how that happens, but it's going to be interesting to watch.
Absolutely, and with the Indian batting lineup crumbling, KL Rahul really, stood tall and played the savior for the Indian team there. Shubhayan, talk about it. How was the crowd reacting to KL Rahul, and how was the atmosphere there when once KL Rahul had, stabilized the innings?
After Virat Kohli and Shreyas Iyer fell, there was a bit of silence there. By the way, there were a lot of Indian fans who had come up with their jerseys, come up with their Indian flags, and they were backing. There was huge roar when Virat Kohli walked into bat. When Shreyas Iyer was batting, like chants like "10 rupees ki Pepsi, Iyer bhai sexy," some sort of chant. And they were pretty loud. But KL Rahul, the way he batted, he just stole the show there. 70 not out, and he would like to take it closer to 100. I know it will be very tough to score that century this morning because Kagiso Rabada will come hard. All the other South African pacers will come hard. But if we can take it anywhere close to 50, then it would be the ball would be on India's court. but a delightful knock. Some of the drives, some of the flicks, some of the on drives he was playing. He played yesterday was fantastic.
Bharat, KL Rahul.
Yeah, he's one of those old school batters, isn't he? Very much a front foot player. Likes to come forward at every given opportunity, and then he goes back as and when needed. So we are seeing perhaps whether in 5 years or 10 years we might not see KL Rahul kind of batters, because there are lots of batters with back foot triggers. You see Shreyas Iyer, you see SSV Jaiswal. All these have back foot triggers. Look to play shots. So he is someone who's really incredibly gifted. Has that gift of timing. He plays late, and someone who looked like he was batting on a flat pitch today. Actually, at least after he scored for about 40 runs, he looked like he was batting on a flat pitch. But that pitch was doing a lot. So that tells something about his class. Just looking at his class, he should be averaging 50 in Test cricket. But somehow the guy averages 35 or whatever.
Ishan, go ahead.
Yeah, I think extremely smart cricketer. I think he really understood the game when the other batters were, just struggling out there. So I think it's very important to play deliveries, but it's very important to also learn to leave deliveries. So I think KL Rahul did that very well. He didn't go after everything. He was very watchful when he was batting, and again, batting with the tail, very important. If he didn't hang around with the tail, probably the tail would have been wrapped up really early. Shardul Thakur also should get some credit here, because he was with KL Rahul. He got those 24 runs, extremely handy 24 runs in the larger context of things. Those 24 runs can actually help in providing the Indians with some sort of liberty when they come out to bowl. So again, very smart innings, watchful innings, and I think you would want someone like KL Rahul doing this for your side, because he can keep wonderfully well as well, Gagi. So the Indians have been looking, to find a batsman keeper who can do both really well. And I think KL Rahul is, coming up the ranks. So I think we can see him do this a lot more.
Absolutely. And we're going to go to the South African press conference now, and this is what went down.
Yeah, I think that's what you try to do on any pitch that you play on. Get the ball in the right area. Yeah, that's all I tried to do today. Yeah, I was pretty focused in my training. I knew what I wanted to get out of my training, but I think days like that happen in cricket, where sometimes you get the ball in the right area and you're not so successful. And today was just my day. Sometimes it just happens that way, but I'm pretty happy with the way that I bowled. India, the quality batting lineup with quite a bit of experience in their batting lineup. So 200 for 8, we would have taken that before the game started, and especially because we sent them into bat, we're happy with that. The other guys, Gerald, Nandre, and Marco, I think that they're magnificent bowlers. They're wicket takers. They've proven it. Nandre today, in his debut, picking up 2 quick ones as well. They have X factor about them, and bowling on a pitch like that is definitely going to assist them. The nice thing about Test cricket is they can have a second crack at it. All in all, I didn't think we bowled badly, but I think there is room for improvement.
Shubhayan, you're there in South Africa. We've had a lot of twists and turns in the very first day of the test match. Boxing Day test special indeed. What are your thoughts about day 2? What are you looking forward to?
I think I'm looking forward to a master class by Jasprit Bumrah. He did really well when India bowled out in century. They won the match. Although Shami took the cake, but Jasprit Bumrah was really impressive with his line and length. And without Shami, I know that Jasprit Bumrah, being the leader of this pace attack, would go really hard against the South African batters. And mind you, South Africa have crumbled under pressure when there's a good couple of spells. So this is not a side which is backed by a Hashim Amla, Faf du Plessis, AB de Villiers. There's some sort of relative inexperience in that batting unit. David Bedingham is making his debut. Tony De is relatively young in this attack. So Jasprit Bumrah might go for the kill, and if he senses blood, then we are going to see the best of Jasprit Bumrah.
Absolutely, and thank you everyone for joining, Shubhayan. Thank you for joining for all the way from South Africa. But that's it.